Hi, kindergartners. So today I am recording our lesson for Friday because we didn't really have any friends show up for our meeting this morning. So I just figured I would record it and you can watch it on your own at home like you did yesterday. And so today we are going to do basically everything we did yesterday, but just new stuff. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Oop, not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to start with a book. We're going to start with a book. All right. So, hide. And here we go. Can everyone see it? There we go. That's better. All right. So this book is called Iggy Peck Architect. We're going to be reading Iggy Peck Architect. How do I go to the next page? There we go. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. "Good gracious, Ignatius," his mother exclaimed. "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. "Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty, and it stinks." But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Ark from pancakes and coconut pie. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with the French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that, above all, one ought to avoid them, no ifs, ands, or buts. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. "You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal Howe?" "No, ma'am," Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now 2nd grade was a bore. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and math, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. Trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye! Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound, luckily fainted, not dead. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon, each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Now every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie, that brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. And that's the end of our story for today. And now, my friends, I know that I didn't add our movement into this lesson, but right now I want you to watch one of our movement activities. So right now, go watch one of our movement activities. And when you're done, come back and we're going to start with our book of rhymes. So now that you're back from doing your activity, we're going to talk about the big book of rhymes. Now, in the story we just read, there were so many rhymes. I don't know if you heard them, but there were so many rhymes. So let's talk about rhymes. Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Let me show you. Do you see how hill and Jill sound the same? Say it, Jill, hill. It sounds the same. What about down, crown? Say it, down, crown. Those sound the same too. So these are rhymes. Let's read another one. Mary wore her red dress. Mary wore her red dress. Red dress, red dress. Mary wore her red dress all day long. What do we hear? It's 2 words. What do we hear all the time in this story? Red dress, red dress, red dress, red dress. And it all sounds the same. So that's another rhyme. Wee Willie Winkie. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying through the lock. Are the children in their beds? For now it's 8 o'clock. So let's look at this. Downstairs, upstairs, those sound the same. Nightgown, town, those sound the same. What about lock, o'clock? Lock, o'clock, those sound the same too. So when you hear words that sound the same and they are used in a story, it is called a rhyme. So you guys are learning what a rhyme is. And so we're going to be done with rhymes. And now, we've been talking about how special our families are. And we've been talking about who is in our family and what is special about each one of our family. We've been asking them what's their favorite color, what's their favorite food, because they're so special in what they like. So now I want us to read this story together, and it's called Family Fun. Now, this is a story that does not have words. It is just pictures. And I want you to think when you're looking at these pages, what is this family doing? Does my family do stuff like this? So in this, here's a girl and she's helping her mom put flowers in a vase. Here's the dad, he's blowing up some balloons. And the son is holding a flag. I wonder what they're getting ready for. Maybe a birthday party? I'm not sure. So in this picture, she is helping her dad make a salad. Have you ever helped your family cook? Have you ever helped your family make dinner or lunch? And in this picture, the whole family, even grandma and grandpa, are having dinner together. Does your family like to have dinner together? Or maybe lunch or breakfast? And in this picture, they're all laughing and eating and talking at dinner. Does this look like something your family does? Oh, and in this picture, it looks like it's Grandma's birthday. So they made Grandma a cake with one candle. Does your family spend birthdays together? They spend birthdays together. Now, after you think about your family and what you guys do together, now I want us to talk about our sight word of the day. So yesterday on Seesaw, you guys learned the word can. Right now, I want you to whisper into your hands, can, can. Awesome. So let's read a story where we use the word can. So this story is called Fun Together, and it's about a family having fun together. I can pour. Now you say it. I can pour. I can mix. Now you say it. I can mix. I can bake. Now you say it. I can bake. I can clean. Now you say it. I can clean. I can eat. Now you say it. I can eat. Awesome. So I can do it. So we want to talk about the word can and how you guys can use the word can. So I can share, I can count, I can color. So try to use the word can when you're talking to your family. Try to use the word can, okay? All right, now I want you to do another movement activity. So go to the movement videos and do another one. So do another movement video. When you come back, we are going to start review of circles and triangles. So now that you're back from doing your next movement video, we're going to review circles and triangles. So we've been learning that a circle is a shape that is round. A circle that is a shape that is round. It has 0 sides. and 0 vertices. We've been learning that a triangle is a shape with straight sides. Straight sides. And it has 3 straight sides. And it also has 3 vertices. And remember, vertices are where the lines meet. So 1, 2, 3. 3 vertices. And now I want you guys to be thinking about in your house, what are some things that you can find in your house that are the shape of a circle and the shape of a triangle? And I want you guys, when you do your response to this activity, I want you to tell me one thing in your house that is the shape of a circle and one thing in your house that is the shape of a triangle. Okay? I want you guys to say that in your response to this lesson. What is something that is the shape of a circle and a triangle in your house? All right. Now, we are going to do some social studies for today. And remember, we've been talking about laws and rules. And so today, we are going to be talking about leaders make rules. So leaders are the ones who make rules. And before we start today, I want to talk about making rules. So, when you respond to today's lesson, you're going to first tell me something you found in your house that's the shape of a circle and a triangle. And I also want you to tell me what is a good rule that we should have for our class. What is a rule that we should have for our class? All right, let me see. How do I go to the next page? Let me go back. So, how do people cooperate? Do we remember yesterday we learned the word cooperate? And that means working together. And so we want to talk about that question today. And we also want to know about leaders who make rules and laws. Leaders who make rules and laws. And so now we're going to be talking about home and school leaders. So parents, teachers, coaches are leaders. A leader makes rules and helps us to follow them. The rules keep us safe and healthy. Rules help us to get along and learn. So right now, I want you to turn to your mommy or daddy or whoever is with you and tell them 2 people who are leaders. Who are 2 leaders that you know? So when we look at this picture, there's one adult, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, and they're on a soccer team. The soccer coach is the leader because she leads the kids in how to play soccer. There are leaders in our communities too. They can work in government. A government is a group of people who work together. It makes rules and laws that people follow. So the government makes rules and laws that people follow. And now I want you to get a piece of paper. So grab a blank piece of paper and something to write with. And I want you to draw a picture of a leader in your home. So who is a leader in your home? And I want you to show how is she or he making rules in your home and helping you follow them. So draw a picture of a leader in your home and how do they make the rules or help you follow them? And I want you to show that in your response for today too. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that I can talk to you guys for a minute. Stop sharing. Awesome. And so for today, when you're done watching the lesson, you can then watch your last movement video. So I put 3 in the lesson. You're going to start with 1, do 1 in the middle, and then 1 at the end, okay? And I want you, when you respond to this lesson, to tell me 1 thing that is the shape of a circle in your house, 1 thing that is the shape of a triangle in your house. And I want you to draw a picture of someone who is a leader in your house and tell me how they make rules or help you follow them. Okay, so that's 3 things that you're going to respond to in your assignment for this lesson, okay? And then today we are learning the number 7, and we are talking about the letters J and K. J and K. All right, so when you're done with Seesaw and you go to your alphabet boot camp book, you're going to do the letters J and K. And then when you go to your math workbook, you're going to do the number 7. And then I can't remember if we did purple yesterday, but I want you to do your color workbook and just do the next page. If you're all done, then you don't have to do it. All right? So we're going to be doing the number 7 and the letters J and K. All right, my friends. So when you're done with this lesson, make sure you respond and then finish all of your Seesaw and then have a great weekend, okay? Happy Friday. I'll see you guys soon. All right.